Radical.
I'm back. I'm back for the second of my three planned uploads for tonight, and I'm in a great mood. I'm in a great mood because my team won. Raiders just beat the Cowboys, and I don't know. I might talk about that a little bit tomorrow. If I get around to it. So, Seth Rollins. He is a wrestler for the WWE, and let's talk about what happened to him. He got speared, tackled, however you want to say, by a fan. And I saw this, and people have been telling me about it. And I checked it out, and the first thing I thought was, well, that's a pretty good work. That is pretty good. It looks real. Like it looks like he was actually, tackled by a fan. And I said to myself, maybe they'll have some kind of storyline with this. Maybe it'll be, a reveal of a wrestler, which would be a pretty good angle, right? Let's say somebody buys a ticket and he's like, you know what, I want to be a wrestler, and I have a problem with you, Seth Rollins, but it actually really happened. Seth Rollins was in a match with Finn Balor, and he had been going into a match to give him consecutive curb stomps. And apparently, this crazed fan got to him. Now, the first thought I have is, how is it able, with all that fancy WWE security, that a fan would be able to not only get to him, physically get to him, but tackle him and have him down for several seconds before anyone actually came out to help Seth? And this guy was a big boy, too. He was a big boy. So, he gave him one of those like Goldberg spears, took him out of his boots, took him right down. And I'll leave a link to it down below. There's various angles, and there's a lot of fans that record this now with their phones. So there's various angles on this. My first thought, of course, was how was he able to get to Seth? Well, what happened was there's a space where he went behind. I'm not familiar. I don't want to describe the space because apparently it's a place to where he was able to weave his way behind, because over the barricade, I guess the security was looking over the barricade, but he was able to weave his way behind to get a running head of steam and then go right into him. Now, Seth, to defend himself, got him in like a kind of a front face lock maneuver. But again, how is this possible for a fan to be able to get that close? I would be a little bit worried if I was, talent for WWE. The thing is, WWE is making more now than they have ever made in their history. They're releasing people. They're rich, basically. And the security, I would probably buy some more security, some better security, something, because I'd be worried right now, if I was specifically Seth or any of the other talent, Now, what was this guy's issue? He actually came out and talked about his issue with Seth. And it was not just that he was a big Finn Balor fan, because I was thinking, maybe it's somebody that really likes Finn Balor, and he's angry. He's like the one guy that didn't get the memo that wrestling is not real. I mean, the storylines aren't real. What's going on, the actual wrestling is real, but the storylines and all the build-up and the finishes, for any of you that don't know, that are living under a rock, wrestling is not real. But this guy, apparently, as he says that he actually was talking to Seth Rollins. It wasn't the real Seth Rollins. If we're to believe it, he was talking to Seth Rollins online on an account, and apparently he had been giving him lots of donations and money for some reason. Now, I talk about e-beggars here a lot and how silly it is for people to give large donations, to YouTubers. But, it's also silly to give large donations to wrestlers making millions in WWE. But this guy, he wasn't giving donations to actual Seth Rollins, but a fake account of Seth Rollins. And one of his $300 checks actually bounced. He was giving this guy, I think, no, $3,000. It was $3,000 check that bounced. So think about that. This guy is, off his rocker. He's bonkers for several reasons, not just the fact that he thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and spear Seth Rollins, but he had been giving him thousands of dollars in, I think, $500 increments. And he was probably just mad that he was giving him all this money, and I guess he wasn't giving him a lot of attention. Maybe Seth Rollins, the fake Seth Rollins, made a lot of promises to him, And then when he went to the show to see the real Seth Rollins, I don't know. Maybe just something set him off. Now he has since apologized for the whole instance and whatnot. Maybe someone explained to him how he got scammed and conned, that it really wasn't the real Seth Rollins. Well, when reached for comment, Seth Rollins said, "Well, they pay me a lot of money, WWE, but I'm gonna go ahead and start live streaming video games online. I'm gonna go be legit. So when this guy donates to me, on Twitch, large donations and whatnot, I'll do it I'll be like Ninja. So it'll be perfectly fine."